Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squad for boxing news and views from around the internet. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have come face to face on holiday. Not something that you see every day, so they've bumped into each other while in Spain. See here on screen, this is the post from Anthony Joshua saying, "Sweet Caroline, oh, oh, oh." And Fury in the vehicle there, Joshua, he actually looks pretty massive side on there, but not something I'm sure many of us expected would be happening, them bumping into each other on holiday. But, you know, boxing, what it is, sometimes these things are choreographed, and Fury and Joshua could have been in contact via phone saying, hey, let's quickly meet up, because they would know that this would set off a bit of a social media firestorm, and you would have seen it all over the place. So in terms of publicly getting in front of each other, it's not something you really see, and I can't really remember this in recent years. But Joshua and Fury on holiday. Let's hope that this isn't the only time that we see them coming face to face, because a holiday is one thing, but we want to see them in the ring. And Tyson Fury on his post, and see here on screen, he echoed the sentiment saying, "Sweet Caroline." He says 2021, it's going off. And we know for Tyson Fury, he's going to have a third fight with Deontay Wilder, but we don't know when that's going to be scheduled for. At this rate, it could potentially be pushed into 2021, remembering that these boxing promoters involved want to maximize the amount of money they can make from that gate. And then after that, he will have to face his mandatory challenger, Dillian Whyte. That's if he gets past Deontay Wilder, of course. So that's two fights, and if you're having, at the earliest, Fury and Wilder at the end of this year, they say 2021, but it could end up being 2022. It is boxing after all. We are made to wait. Joshua as well, he's got a couple of mandatories that he's got to take care of. He's got Kubrat Pulev for the IBF. That's not currently scheduled. It was postponed because of the pandemic. So the earliest it's probably going to happen is, October, November, December time. And then he would have to face the winner of Oleksandr Usyk, who's the current WBO mandatory, and Derek Chisora. They're going to fight at some point. That fight not scheduled. But Fury and Joshua, rare public appearance together, and understandably so, fans are talking. Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk is sending a message to Derek Chisora. As I mentioned, their fight is not scheduled at the moment, but with the crowds seemingly going to come back in the UK in the coming months, that fight could well be rescheduled. Here is Oleksandr Usyk.
Derek! Where are you, Derek? Time run! Derek! Derek! Champ! 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 Бежит champ!
Joyce says he won't be overlooking Mikhail Wallace, who he'll be fighting on July the 25th in the UK. This fight was announced just a short while ago. It serves as a tune-up of sorts for Joyce ahead of what is set to be a fight with Daniel Dubois in October. So on social media, he says it's been a long time. Great to be able to get back in the ring with big plans made for October. I can't be overlooking this guy. Got to get the job done, and then it's time for Triple D. Hashtag the Juggernaut. And Joyce, he is right, he can't overlook this opponent in Wallace, but Wallace in the last year or so has been really sort of selling his record and his name to sort of prospect level fights. Think the likes of Tony Yoka and F.A. Ajagba, who both took him out under 3 rounds, and I'd be expecting the same here. I think Wallace will give it a go for a while, but as soon as he starts to take a bit of punishment, it'll probably be all she wrote. The Croatian heavyweight Alen Babic has posted to social media that he's been confirmed to fight on Dillian Whyte's pay-per-view date. White is headlining that event with Alexander Povetkin. And with Babic, if he joins the card, there will be 3 heavyweight fights on that card, the other being Sergey Kuzmin and Martin Bakole, which shapes as a really good crossroads fight. But Babic, and this is translated from his post, I can't read Croatian, he says, now it's official. I'm fighting at 22.8 in Manchester on the White Povetkin undercard. Tom Little was the first choice, but he retired because he knows how to finish. There are still a few familiar names in the game, and I hope to get the best of the best, whoever it is. Translation wasn't perfect, but we get the gist of it. So Babic, a 3-0 prospect managed by Dillian Whyte, going to be on that card. And his relationship with Whyte, that's why he's going to be there. And I know that there will be some people saying, look, they shouldn't be putting a prospect with a few fights on the resume on this sort of card. Remembering it's only going to have 5 fights. Babic would be filling the last slot. So I can understand that. Hopefully they can get him a halfway decent name to actually get in there against. I think Little, with his name and profile, he's a known quantity. That would have been an okay fight. Maybe not the sort of fight that should be on this card, but Babic, it sounds like he is going to be there. Let's hope it's not someone too terrible, because fans don't want to be paying for those sorts of fights. And rounding out this heavyweight news mashup video, Christopher Lovejoy, the man, the myth, the legend, the one known as One Shot, currently at 19-0, all in Tijuana. Who knows how good he is? He says he's going to be facing an undefeated American heavyweight. He says that is on the menu. So what that means is unclear, because it could be someone who's, ranked 300, 400 in the world. Let's face it, his opposition has been there at this point. But drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.